Now we'll go ahead and start creating our dimension. So same thing goes for our dimension also. Let's come back here and change this to our dimension. Where's our dimension? Okay. And then let's go back to annotate. So same method we did here is applied to dimension here also. So let's go ahead and come here. And then we are also having standard and annotative here. Don't touch that as said earlier. Then we'll just go to new, right? And then create our own. So my my first practice, right? So I think that's just, let's set it as standard. Let's just leave that as that and let's continue. So as we continue, it should bring out our own pop-up, though it has created our own below that standard description there earlier. It has created this for us. So we just go ahead and change that. So now that we have this, now we are having various tabs under the line, the symbols, the text, feet, primary unit, alternate and tolerances. Any changes we are making will be indicated here. It will be shown here. You will be seeing the changes you are making, right? So now let's go ahead and start changing, though not everything is needed to be changed, but most of it will be changed. So let's just start with the lines here. Now it's asking us for the dimension line, the color of the dimension line now. Let's try to, since we are having the current layer for our dimension, right? Just go ahead and set it as that by the layer we've set, right? Now you see that our dimension line has changed, right? So let's leave that as that. Now let's come down here, extension line also, we'll change that. See that our dimension has changed, right? So that's just what is needed to be changed here. The rest can be left and you can also change it, but I'll just go ahead and leave it. Now let's come here and let's change this. This is indicating the, now we are having the closed field in which we are having an arrowhead here, here, and here, right? Likewise for the rest also. Now you can just come here and change this and change it. As you are changing it, you can change it to dot. You see that it has changed. You can change it to architectural tick. I'll be leaving it as architectural tick here also. And I'll change the size of the tick is too small, right? I'll just kind of change this. Let's use, should we use 200 or 250? Let's go ahead with 250. That's changed, right? But don't worry, we'll see it later. Let's just leave that. Now let's go ahead to the text and let's change our text in my first practice. Now do you see? We've changed, it was in standard before, right? Now that I changed it to my first practice, it has changed, right? Since I left it in standard, that's why the standard is also like this. Let's take it annotative. Still the same thing. Oh, let's leave it. Let's just use my first practice. Now to change our text style here. Okay, I've changed it already to Georgia. Maybe when we are changing the text here, the height is there already, right? So we don't have to change anything there again. Let's just cancel it. Then our text color too will be used as by layer, right? Fill color. That is, maybe you want to put your text in a square, or maybe you want to bound it, or but we don't need that. Let's see how it looks like. Do you see? So we don't need that. Maybe you want to put it in a color like this, though is your choice, but I don't think we need that. None. Let's leave it in none. So now your vertical, now you're having your text placement, right? Text placement is going to determine where your text is going to place. For your vertical text now, which is this? This is a vertical dimension. Our vertical text now is centered, right? So yeah, we're going to leave that in centered. No, sorry, your vertical text should be above. It should be going on above. Sorry, your vertical, this is your vertical, how should I put it? The vertical dimension line here. So the text should be placed above it, right? And for your horizontal should be left in center. It will be in center here. This is our horizontal dimension line here. It will be left in centered. Now our text alignment, how you want to align your text to your dimension lines, right? Now we just put it in align with dimension line and everything will change. It will be aligned. So that's just the best. And then we'll come to fit. I don't think we have anything to do there. No, we don't have anything to do there. Now primary unit. Now if you notice for our vertical dimension here, the dimension text is outside the dimension line, right? So for us to make it fit into the dimension line, what we just need to do is change the precision here, and then we are good to go. Here you can fix your prefix and suffix. You know, suffix will be, let's assume maybe we want to input our millimeter, since you're working with millimeter, right? That's it. And then it is now showing, right? But since we don't need it, let's just erase it out. Since we are not needing it, let's just remove it. Yeah, remove it. Okay, right? I'm coming. Let's go back there. Let's modify it. Let's see. I'm not sure if we are done. Let's check. We are in primary unit, right? Okay. I think that's all. We are done. Yeah, we are done. So let's just go ahead and click OK and then close. Now we can now go ahead and start dimensioning our building plans. So let's just go ahead and start doing that. Now we'll just come to this drop down arrow button here. We are having various types of dimension. We have the linear, which is basically used for a straight line like this, or a vertical line or horizontal line like that. But the other one, which is aligned, maybe when we are having an angular line or a diagonal line. So if you should use this linear with it, it won't work. Let's say, for example, I have a diagonal line of this of a 45-degree angle like this, right? And if I should go ahead and use my linear line, it will dimension it wrongly. Look at it. It will dimension it wrongly. Do you see that? It's wrong. That's not the correct length for this. Now, what is best for us to use for this diagonal line is this align. So it will align your dimension line with this line, with the diagonal line you are drawing. Do you see that now? That's what the align is used for. Let's erase this. And then for this angular, maybe you want to get the distance of an angular line or something like that. So yeah, and the rest like that. But now we are dealing with linear. So just go ahead and click on linear and then come here and start measuring for each of our walls and our windows, right? So let's just give it a distance of 500. Let's see, yeah, I think that's okay. 500. So now that we have this, right, we've done our first one. Instead of us going back again to click on linear and start and continue like that, we'll just come here and click on continue. So it will just continue. We just have to continue to save time, right? And then you are good to go. And after you are done, when you are done, just escape, right? Now if you look at this is going above the rest, so just highlight it, click on this center mark here and drag it back to the middle, and then you are good. Now after doing this, then we can just go ahead and then select for the whole length. Now this will now be our total length. Now we're having 1,000. Let's give it a distance of 1,000. Yeah. So and this is it. You know, this total length now is not the addition of the internal length only, which we use to draw this. It's the addition of the internal length, which is the 3,600 plus 1, 2 plus 1,200 plus 3,600 plus the four, I mean, the five thickness of the walls. Now, this a thickness of the wall, this is a thickness, and another thickness, and that thickness, and another thickness. So the addition of everything now will be giving us our full length now and our full width, right? So that's how it is done. And then we'll do the same thing for here also. Let's just go ahead and do that. Let me give it a distance of 500, right? And then let's continue. I'll just continue to click on the point, right? And then, yeah, and this also. Okay. And then we are good to go escape. So I think we can just leave this there, or we can also bring it inside also. Let's bring it like this. Okay. I think it's okay like that. And then go ahead and take the full length now from here to the end here, right? Having a distance of 1000. Now, that's for that.